Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW video in the hefty heights of 2021. You join us for our September pay-per-view. It is of course Night of Champions, a combination of Raw, SmackDown, NXT and the Women's Revolution brands, giving you championship matches galore, of course, because it is called Night of Champions. So hopefully a good pay-per-view here. As I say, it is the solo male pay-per-view in this month. Of course we had WWE Evolution last time out, and this will take us into, coming up will be Hell in a Cell for the Raw brand, I believe anyway, and another pay-per-view for the SmackDown side. Let's just quickly, I think it's No Mercy actually, if I remember off the top of my head. So hopefully we can get into them with a bit of momentum. Storylines are starting to pick up. I'm certainly looking through a phase of bulk booking right now, which is always good because I feel like the storylines flow a lot better. So hopefully you guys enjoy the show. As always, any comments in the series, let me know. Comments in wrestling in general. You know, how are we going into the second part of the year? You know, are you optimistic for what's happening with WWE or other companies? Let me know. How your TW saves are going as well. As always, likes, subs, all that jazz. People appreciated. Shares, tell your friends, etc. All appreciated. So let's kick on. It should be a good September pay-per-view. In the Citrus Bowl in Florida, we've got a 64,865 attendance. Pretty decent. So pre-show, got a couple of pre-show matches. Because we have so many titles, a lot of title matches make pre-show, gets people on the card. So we start off with a European Championship match, which was decent. It was guys that didn't really have options anywhere else. And Bo Dallas defeats Aleister Black, Cedric Alexander, Andrade Cien Almas, Lucky Cannon, of course we mentioned that signing, and Elias in 13:55 when Bo Dallas defeated Cedric Alexander by pinfall with a spear. Bo Dallas makes the second defence of the European Championship. So overall, no real storyline into that. It was a case of just putting people on the card that kind of needed something to do. But a B77, very respectable. A couple of good performances in there. Bo and Andrea Cien Almas for a good performance. Almas unfortunately not getting over that defeat to John Cena SummerSlam with a victory here, but a few skill improvements. And yeah, pretty much a decent opener to the pre-show. But if Shane McMahon backstage, he bumps into the Riot Squad, and he has confirmed that Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan are banned from ringside for the upcoming contest for, I believe, the Women's Television Championship. So an A93 segment here, everyone doing well off script. So that's good to see. We can rely on the Riot Squad for some, or sorry, I keep calling them Riot Squad. We only live once, so I'm forgetting Liv Morgan's leader in this. So yeah, good promo skills there. Match itself was decent. Toni Storm did defeat Ruby Riott with the numbers even in 14:39 by pinfall. She makes her second defence of the Women's Television Championship. Two very good performances there, 78 and 76 respectively. Leads to a B79. Pretty happy with that. Only negative, Ruby Riott's inconsistency. But she's certainly someone, since we've pushed her on the main roster, has only gotten better and better. And yeah, things are looking good for Ruby. Next up, we had the NXT Championship in the line, and it was a decent pre-show match that saw Apollo Crews defend it against Dolph Ziggler, winning in 11:13 with the UA combination. It's his fifth title defence, again a B79, standard matchup to keep the title gaining prestige. So sometimes there'll be people that will get a chance that don't make sense, a la Ziggler, but if it helps get the prestige of the title up, I'm all for it. And speaking of getting prestige of a championship up, we had a pre-show match that had decent wrestling and not a lot of heat, as Alexa Bliss defeated the talented Rhea Ripley in 11:46, illegally using the ropes for leverage. She makes her third defence of the NXT Women's title. Pretty solid match-up here. It helps not only Alexa gain some overness against a good competitor that's over, but also adds a bit more prestige to that championship, which, let's be honest, was in the trash at this moment in time. So hopefully we can build that back up and make this a well sought after championship. But a good E77 for that. So we start off with the main show now, and we hype up our main event, which is a fatal four-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. Sami Zayn will defend it against Kevin Owens, his big rival, but also the likes of Adam Cole and Fergal Devitt. They've both been getting into this feud. They really started feuding each other, then they started getting involved with the two main contenders for the championship. So Shane McMahon went, screw it, let's make history, let's show we're better than Raw. Let's go fatal 4-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. So that's a storming match to the night in the A91, show off their strong start, and it got the crowd hotter. So our opening contest was a rematch for the United States Championship. I decided to move it on SmackDown, where Johnny Gargano rolled up Murphy for the win. So this was Murphy's rematch, and yeah, it was about to had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, with Johnny Gargano defeat Murphy in 2030 with Hurt's Donut. Gargano makes his first defence of the US title. B+84, got the crowd hotter. Very good opener. I feel these two guys have been fantastic for me in recent months. Murphy, of course, a part of the underappreciated when he was with Carl Anderson. I just feel like going a different direction with Johnny Gargano, and he can be like an underdog, keeping a hold of that championship belt. So the storyline has advanced, but what's interesting, it was a bit more hot. That could have possibly been an A match in the opener, but a good matchup nonetheless. Then have Seth Rollins come down to the ring. He's going to do colour commentary on the next match for the IC title. He's not in it, which was to his surprise, disgust, however you want to put it. He's not in the match anyway, but a B-76 for Seth there. And he looks on to what was a very good wrestling match with a decent reaction from the crowd. Title change as Chad Gable defeats Drew McIntyre in 2014 by pinfall, meaning Chad Gable is your new Intercontinental Champion. We did say previously we wanted to put a championship on him and give him a good solo run, so this is his opportunity. He is the IC Champion, defeating Drew, who, let's be honest, if it wasn't a congested title picture, would certainly been the WWE Championship hunt. But overall, pretty good. 89 I'm delighted with. And yeah, Chad Gable will reign as the Intercontinental Champion. On to the SmackDown side of things, and we had a good wrestling match with a decent reaction from the crowd. The Young Bucks, of course, winning it at the last pay-per-view. Have been meeting two big massive forces in Corbin and Strowman. They've kind of been shunted down here because of the injury to Luke Harper, but the Bucks defeat Strowman and Corbin in 12:06 when Matt Jackson somehow rolls up Braun Strowman, give them their second title defence. I just felt like it was too early for them to lose it, but it gives a reason for Strowman and Corbin to chase after them, to want to actually beat them up. So pretty pleased with that B82, as that's something that can only get better. We did have to make it storytelling, we did have to protect Braun Strowman as well. So really, that could have been a lot better, but given the circumstances, very happy. And after the match-up, with the Young Bucks celebrating, they get the shit kicked at them anyway by Corbin and Strowman. So the dominant heels stand supreme and show the champions' days. It's pretty much numbered as an A89 segment. Next up, John Cena cuts a promo. He's delighted to confirm that he has re-signed a new contract. It is a 6 months contract, so he's going to be wrestling until WrestleMania at least. But he says he wants to make more history in the WWE. If he can get one more title reign, great. As he is obviously at 17 just now, if he can get that elusive 18th World Championship. However, in his way, is this Mr. Heyman, who says to him, John, it's people like you that are just in the way of younger talents. The 10 minutes you've taken up of airtime could have given two young talents a match-up, it could have put them over, but no, you have to continually hog the spotlight over and over again. John Cena backs up his corner, but Paul Heyman always has a plan, and this plan comes to fruition in a B+84 angle. They've been together for probably about 3 weeks on Raw. This is my Magnificent Seven stable. I know it's an old WCW stable, if I'm right in saying, but we're going to take that name and we're going to run with it. Under Paul Heyman's tutelage is Will Ospreay, Pete Dunne, Noam Dar, Marty Scurll, Marcel Barthel, Switchblade Jay White, and Walter. Walter, a very late addition to make it the seventh man. But I felt like it's a great opportunity to basically push forward the new, what is effectively my main event scene in maybe 2-3 years' time. Somebody like Marcel Barthel has just been an absolute star since he's made it to the main roster. Ever since he went to NXT, just a star. And as I say, maybe a few of these guys were in British Alliance many moons ago under Paul Heyman. I'm hoping this will be the main event scene in a couple of years. So they come down and they kick the shit out of John Cena. Just imagine effectively what the Nexus done, except a lot more mental and Paul Heyman laughing. Next up, over the top elaborate entrance from the Velveteen Dream. E89 as he looks for retribution against Ricochet, who rolled him up last time. No such joy for Ricochet, but an absolutely phenomenal matchup here. A-star 96, more than likely because we didn't have to keep the Velveteen Dream strong. He's happy, he gets a win, as he wins with a power line in 1937. Great victory, as I say, great performances, and hopefully one match that can get Ricochet closer to that main event scene. Something I'm a bit disappointed in is the Velveteen Dream, using painkillers, which is affecting his performances. So that may be a massive factor going forward, but he's still the Dream wrestler, basically, the Dream superstar. He is putting in good match after good match. Next up, we had a 6-way match for a championship match of their choice. So we had superstars from Raw and SmackDown. Effectively guys who really didn't have anything to do. And it was a great wrestling match with good heat. We saw Kazuchika Okada, we call him Okada there, Okada, defeating Ibushi, Rusev, Wyatt, Ambrose and Samoa Joe in 2040 when Okada defeats Ambrose with the German suplex. Just a B+83 because it was quite last minute. 6 good performances here, but it means Okada will get a championship match in the future, possibly at Hell in a Cell. Maybe he wants to leave it a bit later than that, it's up to him. A couple of skill improvements, and yeah, storyline, if it was a bit more heat to it, so that again would have been great, but panicked, how do we fit these guys in? Just make a big match up to shove them on the card. Then we got a promo with the bastard, the evil Tomasso Ciampa. He comments on his match coming up against The Miz and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. He just says here, it doesn't matter if it's Daniel Bryan, it doesn't matter if it's The Miz, I want that championship regardless, and I'm going to take out whoever. So that's an A93 for Tommy Entertainment. Match is very good, A94. About the had great wrestling and good heat. The Miz defeats Bryan and Ciampa in 23:02, where he steals a victory over Daniel Bryan by using foreign objects. So 3 good performances, but we have to get tight on The Miz just now. But as I say, this is only just getting started. You know, big things planned for everyone in this matchup. Possibly not Daniel Bryan due to declining physical ability, but overall, a very, very good co-main event. If it would even be if it was third from the end. There's still 2 championship matches to go. Next up, we've got Ronda Rousey cutting a promo on Mia Yim, A90. Plan was to go Ronda Becky for a rematch, but forgetting that I've already booked it 3 times, so I thought, you know what, let's give someone a bit of exposure. Let's kind of get myself out of a hole here. And Mia Yim is going to cash in her Money in the Bank contract to be a part of this monumental match. So great opportunity for her. Good opportunity to hopefully gain some over on this. See how the match does, including her. B+87, that's good. I was hoping to try and sneak an A, but Mia wouldn't have the greatest of over on this, so it's still decent. But it was about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd when it saw Ronda retain her championship in 27-12 when she defeated Mia Yim. An armbar, she makes her first defence of the Women's Championship. 3 great performances there. Mia Yim, while I'd have liked to put the title on her, it's got to stay on Ronda just now, and I feel it might do for a little while. So giving her this kind of opportunity is cool. I don't get the lack of hot associated storyline. This was a very hot angle for Ronda one. It was at least at the B pluses. So with that again, that could be looking at an A-rated matchup, should that have not been the case. But yeah, I'm disappointed with that. But overall, that's the only negative of what was a fantastic match. Which will lead us to our main event. Fergal Devitt cuts a promo on Adam Cole. He's talking about how the storylines went down, how he's sick and tired of Adam Cole getting in his way. He wants that championship belt. And the matchup ended with a great wrestling match, good heat. Saw Sami Zayn defeat Adam Cole, Kevin Owens and Fergal Devitt. 25-18 when Sami defeated Kevin with the Luva kick. His first title defence, the underdog from the underground retains. Yeah, A94 is good. 4 solid performances, and probably likely the end of Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn. I'll probably actually decide by the end of this video if it is or not. But overall, A94, which increases our popularity in 5 regions. Yeah, okay card, nothing spectacular. I thought I'd done the job. We'll just praise the ladies for that good B+ match, so that's fine. I can find Mia Yim as well. Compliment them on a good performance. But yeah, as I say, I've had better shows, I've had worse shows. I think because when we get a good show, I tend to expect every show to hit that height, and it's certainly not going to be the case. But you only need to cast your mind back to the start of the save and know that anything about an A now is just spectacular in comparison to that. So here we go, some big news. Check through here. Ring of Honor, New Japan and TNA are all looking around the Velveteen Dream. Patrick Clark, of course. His contract's up. He's been offered one, but the likelihood is we'll need to give him big terms. Fantastic reviews for the show. Who's Yuto Tanaka? I'm tempted, not really in terms of the overness. That's meh. But a lot of these skills are fairly a decent level. I'm gonna check if it's written, then I'll put a bid in. If it's not, I'll leave it. Pay-per-view, that's cool. I'll let him to develop there, that's cool, we'll just ignore that. I was hoping to bring in Shah Samuels just to join the Magnificent Seven as Noam Dar's backup. So a lot of rival bids have dropped out apart from New Japan. Now I went big terms because I knew this was going to happen. Your offer has not been considered. Shit. So he's on a 35 grand. I was going to give him 55 at 6 years. They're going 66 for 5 years. So I'm going to have to better that because he is going to be the guy that carries the company effectively. Just make it even. I'm going to go to 70 grand for 6 years. It's a lot of money, admittedly, especially with someone that's using drugs, but hopefully it's someone that is going to carry this company going forward. So let me know if you feel that's a bit too much or if that's probably a fair offer. And a 4.72 for buy rate, and John Cena likes Switchblade. It's good to see as well. Maybe the beat up there he got from Switchblade and then Magnificent Seven certainly had a factor on him. A few unhappy people here because they didn't go on the show, that's to be understandable. I just wanted to check. So I've been doing a save in game now, 5 years, 5 months. So this has been since the start of TEW 16 being launched. So it's a day one save. So much that I had my plans, pretty much my opening plans written out on my flight back from WrestleMania that year, from Dallas. 945 shows, good. So we're closing up on that 1000th show. We'll try and make that a spectacular. Don't know when that will be. Try to do the calculations. It could be anywhere because there's that many pay-per-view events or network events in October and November. But still, Money in the Bank 2021, best show 100, with the few 100s, of course, WrestleMania this year as well. SummerSlam is our highest ever attendance. WrestleMania 33, that buy rate won't be top by the way my buy rates are. Network, that's good. So everything's in a good position. And yeah, we will leave it there. We'll just confirm. So next pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell, is for the Raw brand. That's cool. So we'll try and move Sami and Kevin away from each other. So that means we'll go Hell in a Cell for Raw will be our next show. We'll move into No Mercy. And of course, after No Mercy, you have. It's a lot of stuff because I didn't get rid of the NXT events. You've got the Tag Team Invitational, the Cruiserweight Classic, another World Grand Prix, and our 4th annual Mae Young Classic, all coming up in the next couple of shows. So cheers for watching as always, much appreciated. Mind check out your other bookers in the Fantasy Booker subreddit and the Grey Box Socket forums, and I shall catch you hopefully next time as we go to Hell in the Cell. Bye bye.